And we got a new development on the Mario movie. I have a vague idea of how I'm going to title this video, but don't let the huh or imply I'm asking, why are they doing it? It's gonna be a period, no question mark. It's the kind of huh or that make you go, huh. Interesting. Like, interesting to me anyways is the best way I could describe this development. So last night, April 25th, on official Nintendo social media accounts, or at least the Twitter ones, Shigeru Miyamoto spoke up about the Mario movie and tweeted along the lines of, after consulting with Chris San about the upcoming Mario movie, Chris San being Chris Meledandri, one of the co-producers behind the movie, we are going to move the official release date of the movie back to spring of 2023. April 28th, 2023 is when Japan will get a release of the film, and April 7th in North America. To which he offers his sincere apologies, but it'll be worth the wait. And to support this, Illumination's official Twitter account tweeted essentially the same message on their front. The Mario movie that was slated for near Christmas of this year is being pushed back a couple months into spring of next year. So we're going to be waiting a couple extra months, a full year from now basically. And I want to talk about that. It's slightly funny on my part given I never talked about the Mario movie in a proper video until last February. It was not long ago at all I discussed the Mario movie, like 2 months ago. And now we get a new development on the project, and it's that it's delayed, which is getting a lot of people talking about it online. And it feels funny to me because I never said this on the channel, but it was literal weeks ago I was talking to some friends after seeing Sonic 2 that I was kind of expecting this to happen. Like, I was wondering if the Mario movie would have gotten delayed at all. I know it's one of those things people scoff or roll your eyes like, Chief, no you didn't. You're saying that for some weird ego brush or to save face or whatever, but no, like, my perception of movie production and marketing, when compared to video game marketing and such, is shoddy. Both industries follow and produce different strategies, development struggles, time periods between production stages, trailers, info drops, etc. But I personally did feel that we would have gotten a better idea of what the Mario movie would have been like by now. For whatever reason, I thought I remembered the Sonic 1 movie trailer, the one with the hideous design, came out at the beginning of 2019 that year, but no, it came out at the beginning of May of 2019. 6 months before the original release window. And reflecting on it more, I think I mixed that up with Detective Pikachu's trailer drop, which was November 2018, and the movie came out May of 2019, so that wasn't even accurate, and sometimes some movies will have much shorter gaps between the initial trailer and release. Point is, I don't know where I had the idea of movies getting 9-month time gaps between release and the initial trailer, but that's what I processed before this Mario movie update, and why I'm explaining all this, because I felt we would have gotten a trailer or teaser look at the Mario movie by now. Even say this delay didn't happen, June likely would have been that time we would have gotten that trailer, reflecting on all of this. That's like a clean 6-month gap between then and Christmas. And assuming Nintendo has, or would have had a June Direct, like they do every year, just like how they dropped the casting for the movie in that September Direct last year, they likely would have dropped a trailer for the movie then. But because of that fact, the only development we got out of the movie was just this info drop on which actors and actresses will be playing which characters in a Nintendo Direct, mixed with a bunch of other announcements of Nintendo games. That could very well be a precedent for both the Mario movie's marketing and future Nintendo film projects, but given it's been 7 months since that Direct, and there weren't any further developments on the movie, I was somewhat anticipating the possibility of the Mario movie getting pushed back. It personally did feel like we were a little too deep in the dark when all Nintendo had to show for the movie were the casting roles, and when we were 8 months and counting down until December from that movie originally releasing. And we don't know what kind of other developments and progress is currently being made for this film to completely denounce the possibility of a trailer either in June or the rest of the summer. But with this delay, no, I'd imagine we're not going to get a trailer anytime soon. But even still, the Mario movie getting pushed back, the official Super Mario movie getting delayed, is interesting to me with what I just described, but also because of a couple other things surrounding it. The biggest thing about this decision is I think this was probably best case scenario for everyone involved. The production staff, including Chris and Miyamoto, and the consumers and Mario fans heavily awaiting this film. This is the usual tactic to ensure a higher quality of the final product than what could have been. This communicates Miyamoto, Chris, and the production staff behind the movie are obviously trying to ensure the Mario movie is entertaining and of a specific quality they are more comfortable with, and can ensure this movie will meet the public's expectations of it. it. The Sonic 1 movie did it, plenty of video games go through delays and release date pushbacks for this. It's basic quality assurance, and with Nintendo at least, they tend to prove this works out in their favor and end up making a pretty solid product after delays a lot more than otherwise. Some are antsy about the Mario movie as well. Illumination has a shoddy track record with their movie quality output, outright stating and confirming their main operative is making these films as cheaply made and with as little money spent as possible. But Nintendo and especially Miyamoto tend to gravitate towards the opposite mindset. They typically put their all in game production and their major releases. This is their first official movie made by them of their mascot IP, the biggest video game icon and franchise ever, Mario, and Miyamoto's been taking a very heavy involvement in this movie to try and make this film as great as he can, after making and directing a couple shorts with Pikmin and Star Fox Zero, also allowing more liberties and freedoms with Mario and game development since the Switch started. He's been taking a backseat with game development, expressing a want for Mario to be less rigid and more open to putting Mario in creative and unique scenarios, literal foundations for interesting stories, something commonly misconceived by plenty of people still that Miyamoto actively hates and will try to mitigate, which is not true, as I've expressed and shown plenty of times in other videos before. For as many people out there that think this movie will be a dumpster fire of a train wreck, there are plenty of people who do want this to be a genuinely great film with genuinely great qualities, like plenty of other films. With this delay, this basically communicates to consumers from the staff, we want this movie to be better than what we have so far, and we're going to make this better than what could have been. It's a quality reassurance plan that'll give the production crew more time and wiggle room, and it gives consumers an extra breath and layer of perspective to have some more faith and consider this movie might be good. And of course, plenty of people are sharing plenty of that quote Miyamoto made that might not even be 100% accurate anymore. The rushed game is forever bad and a delayed game is good, that quote. Yeah, people throw that all the time, especially Nintendo fans. Also memeing it up with a good movie is a movie, but a rushed movie is a movie forever and whatnot. But many basically get the idea. Side note, it's funny how the practice used to be very uncommon for movies, but Sonic 1 did it back in 2019, delaying a movie. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse got pushed back to June of next year, and now the Mario movie got pushed back. Movie releases getting delayed for continued production and higher quality assurance is becoming more and more common now, which I'm personally fine with if it means we end up getting better movies than what they initially announce and show, same as for video games. It does sting for sure if you're really anticipating this Mario movie, now we have to wait a little longer, but until I get a trailer for the film to really say for certain how good or bad it'll be, I'm more than willing to wait it out if this means the Mario movie will be better than what it could have been this Christmas. But it's also interesting by account, we know next to nothing about this movie still. They're doing what Sonic 1 did and how that got pushed back, but Sonic 1 got delayed specifically because of Sonic's design, to where they had to grab one of Sonic's official animators and artists from the games and comics to help with that and reanimate Sonic with that design. Thankfully, it wound up improving the movie's overall quality by a considerable margin, making it go from hypothetically another piss-poor video game adaptation to a decent, enjoyable, alright romp that's an okay family kids film and average to mediocre as far as a Sonic adaptation for most, that transitioned to a fantastic sequel that looked, was written, and felt significantly more Sonic-like for several reasons. But with the Mario movie, we have no specific reason as to why this was delayed. They insist on overall quality assurance to make the film worth it for those who see it. Delaying the movie at all gets that message across. But like, was it because of the story of the film? Were specific comedy bits and jokes the movie has not funny enough? Or not what Nintendo was, is, or should be aiming for? Is animating and presenting the movie becoming a more difficult task? Did one of the actors or actresses do something? Did something bad outside the movie production itself involving any of the actors or executives and writers and such happen? Competition? Like, we don't know why or where specifically this decision came about, which isn't a big deal in the grand scheme, but it's exactly why it's an interesting mind boggle. Not in a negative way, again, it just makes you think. With Sonic's movie redesign, it shows a lot can change and improve in just a couple months for a movie, but we have no idea what the plot of the movie is going to be outside an educated guess of it being Bowser kidnapping Peach. We don't know specifically what kind of comedy and visual stuff the movie will be like, the art style, the vocal inflection and communication of these characters with these actors, how and if this sets up future potential Mario movie sequels and other Nintendo movies, etc., until we get a trailer for it. The cast is literally all we know of officially and fully about this movie. I've been barely keeping up with the leaks and rumors about this movie too, which is why I'm abstaining from bringing up any of them alongside. I have no idea which ones are legitimate and which ones are fake, so I'm just thinking why bother, right? And speaking of Sonic, specifically Sonic 2, it also brings to question how much of a potential factor that was in this decision. Sonic 2 is getting a lot of good reviews and love from both casual moviegoers and Sonic fans alike, even some critics, not all of them, but some. It's now the highest domestic grossing video game film of all time, surpassing Detective Pikachu in domestic grossing at least, and is well about to pass the first Sonic movie in overall box office earnings. That movie came out 2.5 weeks ago, and I joke at least, about how Miyamoto saw Sonic 2 and started quaking in their boots, pooping themselves, etc. for laughs, but like, I gotta wonder, did either Sonic movie play a factor in this decision at all, right? It can easily be coincidence, but you never really know unless you worked with Nintendo and Illumination behind the scenes for the film, right? At the very least, this does separate both movies farther from each other and gives the Mario movie less competition. People will still compare the two, I'm sure. I was guilty of this for a bit in my Sonic 2 review. Granted, Sonic 2 to me is a much more proper adaptation of Sonic's characters and many elements from the Sonic games into a live-action film, while also making it an entertaining film with well-written characters. But now the Mario movie can stand more on its own when it comes out next April. Yet it's also ironically coming out one entire year from Sonic 2, so there are a couple strokes of irony with this decision when you look at Sonic 2. Yeah, it's just an interesting move to me Nintendo's making for one of their biggest projects ever. This provides more faith for the film. We have a little more room to breathe. I'm unsure when we'll get a trailer for the film with this, I'm assuming around fall now, but this does give a green flag, from my perspective, to anyone who was nervous or felt the Mario movie wasn't trying to be quality assured, and for the production team being given more time to iron out the movie. Of course, I hope there isn't crunch involved or any poor production and working conditions. I hope everyone involved is doing well and production goes smoothly, but this bodes even just a little more well for the Mario movie as a film and adaptation of Mario, I feel. Now with this and the movie getting less competition come next spring, I just hope the final movie is fun, entertaining, and good. I'm a Mario fan, I'm sure everyone watching this likes Mario, and I feel most of us want this movie to be a good, adequate, fun, and entertaining movie anyone can enjoy. So any little indication towards that helps plenty to me, and while I do patiently await our first look at the film via a trailer and the final film itself, I can't wait to see what comes out of it. Beyond all of this and what I've expressed in my previous Mario movie discussion video, I think that's all I can really talk about regarding this development, this delay of the Mario movie. I really do hope it ends up being a really good movie that we can all go back to and really enjoy. It's a Mario, dude. He deserves a really good film. Let me know what you're thinking about regarding this decision in the comments. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and stay tuned for more Mario movie news and discussions, and obviously, plenty of more Mario related content. Stay super.
Yo, hey, man man, hey, 我来呀，不不，共和，哈哈哈呀，拉面，嘿，来面，来个面，共和，再见呀，哈哈，拉面，烫手面，谢谢。